Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a book review on book number 3 that I have read this year, and that book is Lily Alone by Jaqueline Wilson. So as I said, this is book number 3 of my 2024 reading challenge, and that is to challenge myself to read 24 books before the end of this year. So some of you might be wondering why I picked Jaqueline Wilson to read as my 3rd book. I am very aware that Jaqueline Wilson is an author mainly basing her books for young adults, but she is an author that I read when I was quite young myself, and I really enjoyed all of her books. So despite them being aimed at young adults and teenagers, I still to this day support her as an author, and I look forward to every book that she comes out with. And I had not read Lily Alone, so I decided it was about time I gave this book a try, and I'm so glad that I did. So I like to start my book reviews off with talking about the cover of the books. And for me, Jaqueline Wilson's book covers are fantastic. As you can see here, it says illustrated by Nick Sharratt. Now, he does all of Jaqueline Wilson's illustrations and they are fantastic. He gets the characters exactly as described in the book, and this here is Lily, and it couldn't be more precise. Not only that, but it's such a fun, cartoony look about it, and the font, I always like the font he uses. And I just think the Jaqueline Wilson book covers are always super fantastic to look at, and they are always really, really colourful as well, which really helps to draw you in. But overall, I've never found a fault with any of the book covers with Jaqueline Wilson, and Lily Alone is beautiful. So what we're going to do now is take a look at the back of the book, and as you can see, the pretty green leaves that are on the front of the book continue around to the back, and this is what it tells us about the book. Lily's things to remember. How to look after my brother and sister. 1. Make sure they eat 3 meals a day and not just ice cream. 2. Keep clothes not too mucky. 3. Everybody must go to bed before midnight, especially Pixie. 4. Don't let them go to school in case they give away our secret. And 5. Keep everyone safe till Mum comes back. And as you can see from the back of the book, this is telling us straight away that a possible young child has way too many responsibilities. So at this point, I am going to talk a little bit about the story, so there will be spoilers coming up. Okay, so we know that the main character is called Lily. And as you get into the book and you read the book, you find out that Lily is an 11-year-old girl who lives with her mum and her brothers and sisters. Her mum, unfortunately, isn't the best mum. She's certainly not a bad mum, and she certainly cares and loves for her children, but her mum has a bit of an issue with going out and drinking and falling in love with the wrong men. So the result of this, the result of mum's behaviour, means that Lily is often left home alone in charge of her younger siblings. And as we know, for an 11-year-old child, this is far too much responsibility. And the story unfolds and explains to us how Lily copes with the responsibilities and how Lily copes being home alone with her younger brothers and sisters. Now, there are some hard issues in this story. As there are with most of Jaqueline Wilson's stories, there are always lessons to be learnt. In this particular story, it isn't just a case of mum going out and leaving Lily alone with the children. What actually happens is mum goes away on holiday and basically leaves her children home alone. And mum is gone for a week. And throughout the story, we realise that Lily is as much as she loves her brothers and sisters, she begins to really struggle in the very adult role that she is left dealing with. Now, don't get me wrong, the story is fantastic and there are some great fun moments throughout the story, but this book in particular actually made me cry because there are actually some really sad moments in the story as well. Now, as much as there are some small spoilers here, I'm not going to spoil the ending of the book for you, so don't worry about that. But overall, the book itself was actually a really enjoyable read. So I often speak in my reviews about my enjoyment level of the book, and I think for me with this book, I really enjoyed reading it. I enjoy all of Jaqueline Wilson's books. I never really find a fault with them. I often enjoy every book she writes. Her writing style to me is very relatable and very easy and simple to read. But at the same time, I also feel that for this book, enjoyment could be the wrong word to use here. There are some hard topics throughout this book. As I said earlier, you're talking about children who are home alone with no adult supervision. Throughout the book, we learn of Lily's struggle. So for instance, throughout the book, we learn about how Lily struggles to cope when she realises that food is running out and she realises that she doesn't have any money to feed her siblings. She has this anger and resentment building up inside her about her mum, despite the fact that she's battling with the fact that she still loves her mum. She has fear of being caught. The children do not go to school throughout their week alone because Lily is terrified that people will find out and will take her away, will take her siblings away. So the elements of the story are quite difficult to read. And like I said earlier, this book actually had me quite tearful in a few different parts because it is a hard story to read, and it's very hard to imagine that a young person would be put in such an adult role, yet we all know that in today's world, this unfortunately is something that has and does happen. So before picking up this book, what expectations did I have? Well, for me, I no longer base my expectations of Jaqueline Wilson's books on the covers, which is something that I probably did when I was younger. The more excited I was about the cover, the more likely I would be to pick that book to read. Today, I am aware that I will always enjoy a book written by Jaqueline Wilson, and my expectations of her books now for all books in general are that I know it is going to make me laugh and it is going to make me cry, because most of her books do both. I always know that I'm going to enjoy them, and I always know that I'm going to score the ratings of these books very highly. Like I say, I am a big fan of Jaqueline Wilson. She was one of my first love for authors, and I continue to support her to this very day. So let's speak about book recommendations, because a lot of comments that we get quite often is, would I recommend the book, or who would I recommend the book for? So for Jaqueline Wilson's Lily Alone, I would, yes, I would highly recommend the book to more or less anyone. Even if you're an adult like me, I think that if this is something that you would be interested in, then 100% give this book a go. You might be surprised by how nice it reads. Also, if you're a parent out there and you're looking at maybe getting your children started with reading, or you have a young child who is really enthusiastic about reading, then I would 100% recommend Lily Alone or any other Jaqueline Wilson book for your young readers out there. So what would I rate this book? Well, I've actually rated this book a 4-star, not a 5-star, which is a shock for me. And naturally, I want to give Jaqueline Wilson all 5 stars. So the reason I've given it 4 stars is because I had a slight issue with the ending. Now, I'm not going to talk about it because I will not ruin the ending for those of you out there who haven't read the book yet. But basically, the way it ended is the reason why I actually knocked a star off my rating. But all in all, a fantastic book, good for anyone, and it's a really easy read as well. I think it only actually took me about 2 days to read this book. It's well worth picking up if you fancy a quick and easy read. And like I say, if you've got young readers out there, or you are a young reader watching this video and you haven't read Jaqueline Wilson books yet, give them a try, because they're really fun and exciting books to read. There are plenty of Jaqueline Wilson books out there, such as Tracy Beaker series, Girls in Love, Girls Out Late, Hetty Feather, and many, many more books. So with that being said, all in all, I've really enjoyed reading Lily Alone by Jaqueline Wilson. I really hope you enjoyed today's review, and it might have helped you decide whether you might like to read this book yourself. And with that being said, that is the end of today's video. Don't forget, guys, you can follow me over on Facebook, on Instagram, and you can also follow me on Goodreads to keep up with my reading progress. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in a new book review very soon.
I wasn't on my own.
Come on!
But I sort of wish I was.
Are you drunk, Mum?
Drunk with love.
Mum had a really bad taste in men.
So what do you think?
You may as well wear your underwear!
I'm not ever gonna be a mother. I'm not gonna live with any man and have a load of kids yelling round me all the time. If I could only will it hard enough, wings would sprout from my shoulder blades, open up like umbrellas and carry me over the rooftop. I would soar up above our tower block, away from everyone. I am Lily, and I fly alone.
Ready?
Old enough. I don't want to be the mum.
Oi! Why aren't you kids in school?
We can't let anyone see us.
I don't want to be on my own!
We're all going to be together very, very soon.